if you remember Facebook ads back in 2019, 2020, we started to go through some real big problems with iOS 14 point something or whatever it was called. And Facebook just went through this horrible period of attribution not working properly. You know, they're messing with the algorithm, so your ads aren't performing like usual. So then I was just like, wow, there's a big problem here. I'm not being as consistent as I used to be. I need that other thing. Google ads was something back then, but as I said to you before the podcast started, I didn't like doing Google ads. And then TikTok came around. I looked at it and I was like, wow, this is a massive opportunity because TikTok is a new platform. So guess what they want? They want all these new people to come to TikTok. Even if they lose money for the first 2 years, they don't care because they want the users to come. They'll monetize them later. So TikTok ads were very cheap to run. The CPMs, the CPAs, they were really low. But most importantly, the influencer marketing was unreal on TikTok. You know, influencers would take $10 and they've got 100,000 followers. They're getting millions of views because they don't know what their worth is yet. So you could underpay them and get over delivery in terms of the performance they'd give. And then don't even move me on to TikTok organic. You know, we started TikTok organic in 2019, 2020, and we were the first guys to really go crazy. I think me and my business partners joint together, we've done over what, 2 billion views on TikTok organic. So, you know, that was such a big opportunity. You know, the thing that upsets me is people see these opportunities and they don't take advantage of it. They're like, oh, I'm going to wait to see if it works first and then I'll do it.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I remember when TikTok came around and a lot of like new agencies emerged where they were doing TikTok ads and things like that, getting on the back of a new platform, learning it. And it's interesting to say that like some people don't jump on trends, some people do. I think if you can catch a trend and catch it well, it normally always pays off. But I don't know that I've necessarily done that with regards to TikTok ads because being a guy that was on Google and maybe doing Meta, we have dabbled with TikTok. But I think in those early days, like you say, you could probably really take advantage of those low advertising costs.
Let me give you an example right now. You're an agency guy, right? So how many agencies now are offering TikTok shop services?
Yeah,
that's become a huge thing, hasn't it?
Yeah. Very big, very quickly.
The amount of agencies that I keep seeing offering TikTok shop, and I'm like, the services that you're providing are very easy for the business owner to do. It's just whether or not they've got the time. But the point I'm trying to make is TikTok shop was the new thing that blew up. And again, if you started it a year ago, then you would have seen the massive momentum of it.
Yeah, 100%. It's just catching that trend at the right time and knowing what to invest your time into. I think if you can get proof of concept yourself and then maybe provide that as a service as well. And if you say fulfillment is easy, why not?
Well, yeah, the problem with most people is when they see a trend, they're quite cautious and defensive about it because they're like, well, how do I know it's going to work? How do I know I've not lost time? And it's just like when there's a new trend, it's like when the word, I'm going to say it, COVID came out, you know, people were scared to jump on that trend. And I was, by the way, one of the first guys to publicly make a video. I deleted it, by the way. I'll explain why I deleted this video. I made a video about how much money I made selling masks during COVID. And man, I uploaded a YouTube video. I don't know if there's a website where you can see like where people delete videos. And I got so much hate for it, man. Like that was my first video where I just got hate. People were like, take this video down. I'm going to unsubscribe from you. Because I'm basically showing off about how much money I've made during COVID in the first like two weeks of it coming out. Now people are getting praised for it. They're like, oh, you're such a smart business guy. You took advantage at the right time. But when I took advantage and I publicly made it public about it, everyone gave me a hard time. But the point I'm trying to make is I jumped on something that I knew was going to make money, natural instincts, and made a lot of money.
I think natural instincts and just speed to implement as well. I was quite impressed when, after obviously the Trump attempted assassination with the shot on the ear, how quick ecom guys were to jump on it, like t-shirts being sold left, right, and center.
T-shirts were coming out, memes were coming out. Like, look at the guy in the Olympics, that Turkish guy with the gun. Have you seen?
Yes, sorry, I have.
Everyone's now making t-shirts of this guy, man.
Yeah, I think it's a certain mindset, isn't it? Just the opportunist and speed to implement. And I suppose if you have those connections with regards to fulfillment and you can get a product out very quickly and dispatched immediately from China, then why not? I think I've got some work to do to get my brain thinking in that kind of way. Opportunity and speed to implement.